Greetings, everyone. Um, Actually, my voice, I'm losing my voice. I've been on. Well, I've been utilizing my voice for a little while. I'm losing my voice, but I just want to come on for a minute because I didn't want to lay down for. I go into my job without. Well, that sounds crazy. I didn't want to lay down without addressing this because it's interesting. Um, And not so much what happened, because what happened was common if you put two black men together. Sometimes two black we put black people together. What happened in this particular instance is what you should be surprised when it happens. Um, Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels. Now, I saw the location. I saw Darlene Ortiz. So those she's you know, I remember when I first started, everybody ages, folks. Folks holler at hit the wall mess, and I guess they be sitting right next to the person, that then presumed their place, proudly on the wall. I would imagine, hey, hey, I know it over here. I know I'm older than Unc, I guess, but that's not the point here. But I guess it is kind of the point. And that's why I want to make set the setting. Somebody invited Anton Daniels to the 5150 show. Now, in my mind, if Anton had knew that, and you remember these things because a lot of the time you this in the YouTube land because this is existing in YouTube land. This isn't on Entertainment Tonight. It isn't even on BET. For whatever merit that BET is worth, it may make Bossip media takeout or shade. It may make shade room. These are very high. How you say this? A-list. Mm, Candace Owens is A-list. Hey, Candace Owens got millions, motherfuckers. Who else A-list? Future got millions. But how very popular YouTube celebrities, personalities, figures. So they come on stage. They now if I'd have known if I was the person going to meet this person, I know that I might have had some type of heart confusion of or situation circumstance between that person where I might have said something that if I saw them in person when I said it, or if I didn't see him in person after I had said it and I know I'm seeing him in person, I'll make some. And I've been invited. Hey man, say what you want to say, man. People will say, Anton Square. Anton is a square. Anton is they all say, well, Anton's not the foundation of black man. Anton, man, that shit, y'all let that shit go, man, because the foreigners wasn't going to help nor hinder your getting any money from the government in terms of repairing our lineal trauma, mistreatment, and abuse. I still say if you want to be reasonable about it, I don't understand why people want to just go as short as far as temporarily back as the crack era. The crack era, there should be some form of reparations for the script. But then again, a lot of folks was having fun. But Granny got a VCR took, man. And then you got the kids that uh, there's so many things in the world to talk about. But this is niggas with 3 hour videos about this shit here. I mean, I guess it's a debate. There's a certain section of folks that believe, oh yeah, Anton's no, wait. Corey Hook stood on business. Yeah, that's he checked Anton, blah blah blah. And there's other people that say, well, it's good that Anton had the discernment and the wisdom to stand up and walk away from a situation that might have been well, that was looking from the perspective, I guess, the audience that it might have turned into a physical altercation. But people are having a discussion, and it's just like in your household with just somebody randomly. And you might be talking about something, and there's something y'all have a disagreement with, and you feel very strongly, that person feel very strongly. Y'all can be talking about, well, that was unfair how you did this. Yeah, you should have bought it back then. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's why your bitch ass blah blah blah. Now you can go back and forth like on over the subject itself, have a discussion, get a meeting of the mind of whatever the topic is. But in the art of the debate, and we are in y'all podcast. Don't bring that reality TV shit to YouTube, man. But it's already here. But I'm saying, come on, man. The dead horse, man. Why would you invite the man? I hope you paid him to come, and because once again, underneath the logic and reason of most people that are in this, because I'm playing right now in this endeavor called content creation. Every time y'all niggas turn on the camera, y'all playing. It's been niggas that done played so hard on here, they ended up getting locked up. Talking, trying to make street shit reality without putting a disclaimer saying for entertainment purposes only, making veiled threats or open threats to people. Now, the playing part comes for me, and I don't want to stereotype all the folks from Cook County, Chicago. Well, there, boss man. But the first people I met from Chicago, and I knew about Chicago, was associated with Chicago. Multiple parts of Chicago was in 1989 when I first, and matter of fact, coincidentally, when I first matriculated at Fisk University in summer of '89, August, a very blistering, muggy August. But even from there, and even all through my course of the season years of which I reached, I met many people from Chicago. I live in Chicago. Of course, I've met many people in Chicago at this point. One thing a nigga from Chicago will do, and I won't stereotype all y'all niggas, is get loud and talk tough and and try to lean on it. If you want to find out get a visual definition of when motherfuckers said I had to lean on that nigga, you niggas these niggas be trying to lean on niggas, man. But what sets it off? You can be having a conversation because for etymologists, I have a very broad vocabulary. I know many of that Englishman's words. I can cuss you out without even saying a swear word, without even going the cynicism, and that I can use regular common words, and it'll be perceived as disrespect. But hey, it's the art of conversation. The art of conversation includes debate and also includes arguing. Arguing, in such debates of that nature, it's a non-contact sport. Now you can cheapen it. Now if I done went and used damn near paragraph journals of $25 words, and then you come at me like fuck that, you're talking that bitch just that's why you acting like a bitch, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's gonna get dangerous. You talking real slick. Woo woo. That lean. I'm from Chicago. And that you got to understand who you're dealing with. You did. So you got a nigga that has a platform in which he presents himself daily as an Epicurean of sorts. Maybe some niggas might think it was, well, black people. Pardon me. Let me clear my throat. Tried to hide the brand from the camera because I ain't getting paid for it. You have these, this man Anton Daniels. He presents himself as a professional, journalism professional. He has a platform that's broad reaching, and this, that, and the third. And of course, Corey has his platform that's broad reaching. Um, they have intersecting audiences because most of both of their audience know about the others, that know about the other figure. Most people that know about Corey know about Anton. So I come on and I see the argument is like, well, you talk about these people, these people, but you don't talk about white folks and somebody else. He said, I talk about everybody, bitch, bro, brother, broham, brother, brother, brother Holcomb. I mean, you talk, Pete, y'all get on there. I don't watch you, man. Protect me. I mean, once upon a time, maybe when that's got to be in like the tens, the 2010s, 11s, to the early part of that shit. And I was like, okay, okay. Then the red pill era came and shit, man. I mean, it's cool. Niggas got the right to feel how they feel about the women, the ladies. I mean, I guess if you categorize them correctly. But this is the image that's viral in YouTube land. What stage can you take this to? Is this supposed to, I guess it's going to turn to an exhibition fight? I imagine that Corey might be a little bit, heavier. I don't know what kind of wind Corey. I really don't know what kind of wind that Anton guy. Who run the track? Who can run a good strong 4 laps around? The mile around the track. I ain't saying run down some terrain. Just get on a good old gym regulation track, high school track, outside track. Put on some gyms to track shoes and run around that track, and then count how much time and see the condition. It's good showmanship to me. I mean, why even? Why you even have? Why turn the camera on to show that? Don't. I mean, I understand the content is some. Uh, that you talk about man. You don't talk about white people. Who else he say you ain't talk about? He said, I guess we talked about black men because he had to be. Our time must be talking about black men because he was just talking about black women when they got us upset. Uh, but I don't want to hold y'all, man. Y'all really, because like I said, I don't understand why my platform doing that. I be just looking. I got my people come in. I sure appreciate them. I'm just fishing for opinions and thoughts and an understanding. If you 30, no, matter of fact, fuck it. I give y'all 5. If you 35 and plus as a male, black, man, that's for sure. I am Mr. Nick. If you call yourself a black man in America, was the final reaction? I mean, the man, the woman in the bodyguard, whatever, just sitting over there, minding they motherfucker. Why my lady got to be a? I'm already the bitch. Why my lady got to be the bitch too? But I just wanted to know, is that what's P nowadays? We pop our collars. This is how we get high value women. Are we just being high value men without requesting or requiring high value women? Is this part of being P? Really, because ain't nobody pimping, unless you want to go to jail for sex trafficking. But one of the parts of being of imagery and being P amongst the community was being tied very strongly into being a gentleman. There's certain things that displays of emotion Emotional intelligence. I mean, yeah, it's good if it's good now. People are utilizing that term. I say it's more. I say it's maybe a little bit, but I mean, I really because like with the little blog lady at Corey Big Age, you would think that he'd have a better control. I mean, hell, maybe. And I know they be taking, them Hollywood niggas, they be taking them testosterone thing like that. And you might be build up might do like what the steroids do to the bodybuilder, and have you going through rapid bipolar like mood swings and shit. I just don't understand. If you just bought him there to call him a bitch, hell, you could. It probably been cheaper just to do it over StreamYard or Zoom or something. I mean, what was supposed to have been the constructive outcome of you getting into that man's personal space, Corey Holcomb? And not only that, giving him. I mean, if it was up when he came, if it was up when he came in, if it was still up after the apology, is what I'm trying to say. Because the man said, I'm sorry if you felt like. That's what made that nigga mad. He was when he don't talk about white men and something else. You don't be talking about them. So I'm mad. And, and he needs to be checked about it. He told me, "So I disrespect anybody and they mama on a daily basis in the name of comedy and entertainment. But one nigga tell me sucking his dick, nigga suck my motherfucking dick, hoe ass nigga. All of a sudden, I'm gonna get on my platform and show a display of absolute. I ain't even gonna put a term on it. I'm just unknown. I'm just an unknown nigga out here, man. I've reached the quite grande. This was you got big and you got them biscuits, them big old biscuits. I've reached the grande age, and I know what the decision that you put that man in, Corey Holcomb. You trying? I would. Maybe it might be a lack of, and I want to still call it a play, but you don't need to do in this time and age. Them type of plays is unnecessary for the coach. What's with this man? And you've been doing it for a while, Mr. Holcomb. I'm not pocket watching them, but I used to see you on TV, bro. But not to say people watch TV. I, Tubi got. Maybe I just missed that you do other things besides that podcast or the comedy dates. I guess you can make very good. I don't know how much a Corey Holcomb ticket costs, but this ain't what it's supposed to be, fam. Y'all niggas already trying to sweep out the gang shit first of all, and you, and the nigga right out there in California. You got that nigga that was the one nigga got out of jail, put his finger in 607 Unc face. Damn near a week later, that nigga blew his fucking hand off. The imagery, man. I know don't nobody worry that shit sweet all the time, but when you got a mass amount of niggas that don't know that in a conversation, it don't have to escalate to where y'all niggas squabbling. If you feel that way, when you felt the nerve to be like, "Buh, my nigga, Corey, the book and be." Why not just recenter? If you could have been the one. I just can't talk to. Let me get a minute. I just can't talk to dude right now. And then maybe that's just a bitch. I don't know how to accept that. He don't talk about white men, and I want him to talk about white men and this or whatever. Man, you man, like I say, I'm a grande age. I'm in, I'm extremely seasoned. And I know I was still shaking and baking and knucking and bucking when you was on was you on Brandy? Yeah, you used to be on Brandy and shit. That's not a television friend. That's not a child. It's not an advertiser friendly type of members, Mr. Holcomb. Them niggas, that nigga Anton, he getting it. Uh, he already had it together. He had his he had his how do I say this framework together. Everything was put together. What he did, and then people just really try to get on his neck with this, but he won with it. He hired Mr. Charles White for an interview. Mr. Charles White put Anton Daniels in the eyes of many people who had not had Anton Daniels before their eyes. But the difference between Anton Daniels and other platforms that have him on their appearing is that Anton Daniels came with consistent, strong content. He had content. He had engagement, high engagement, because he would do the platforms. He would go with multiple topics. He would go relationships. He'd go to news, finance. You know, knew how to facilitate brands. But you want him to to sully his image because your feelings are hurt because he's discriminatory and who he spreads his hate around. He got to hate everybody because I hate everybody. At least that's what I think. Maybe, because here I'm sure if a motherfucker came with the right, I ain't trying to say a nigga sell out. Just, whoever you're talking about. And they say, Mr. Hogan, well, we want to offer you 25 million to be in this movie. But, and they just dig into your library, all the little shit you said in time, and just pick one good old juicy tidbit and say, but in order for us to feel comfortable and confident enough to invest our 25 million in you, we need for you to come out and publicly announce your belief and your ideology and notion and this thing that you said previously. Now they're not gonna tell you what it is up front. It's just something you got to take to get you 25 million, Mr. Holcomb. But this is something. This is just in response in reference to you want you. I thought it would be it would have been a great conversation. I would imagine, but instead of the conversation is about your content creation, any form of art, music, acting, writing, even though there's nothing new under the sun, even though there's only a certain amount of plot ideas for a sitcom, there has to be a bit more originality. It's it can't run for you can't everybody playing on here. But sometimes, people don't have the intellectual acumen, the wherewithal, the maturity, the intellectual, well, no, the emotional, this was the emotional intelligence, the intellectual fortitude, just have the good, common, decent sense to be able to discern, hey, this is entertainment. This just play, hell, this nigga bought on time ticket to fly out here. For all they know, they high fiving behind the studio, and niggas got a half 2 weeks of content. Hey man, I apply. YouTube won't let me do that shit. YouTube won't let a nigga breathe. So I come on here and make my videos like this in the name of content creation, but that's a bad look. And I heard women address this shit. The same type, probably the same type of women, that you would eviscerate on your panels, Mr. Holcomb. But I guess if it's a clear shot at the king where they could not miss, this gonna be the one. This would be the one for. Like I said, I mean, I don't like to listen to a nigga talk about bitches all day and can't talk about niggas. The niggas can talk about baby mamas, but can't talk about baby daddy. Oh, the Smithsonian Institute investigation said that black fathers, yeah, y'all niggas is at home. The bitches at work. You better be around the goddamn kid, nigga. But that's a whole nother subject. Somebody fix this, man. Do y'all have PR people? Peace and love, man. I'm out.